Imagine being told, at just 16 years old, that you ruined everything your family had, that you were the reason for their pain, their debt, their struggles. That's what happened to Ethan Carter. His stepmother looked at him with eyes full of contempt and said the words he would never forget. "Your dead father left us nothing but debt. Because of you." Ethan had nowhere to go. No family, no home, just the cold streets of New York City. But what he didn't know was that life had something unimaginable waiting for him, something that would turn his entire world upside down 20 years later. Ethan grew up in a quiet suburb outside New York. As a child, he had dreams like any other, dreams of college, friends, and a happy family. But his father, Richard Carter, passed away suddenly when Ethan was 16. Richard had been a quiet man, always working late, always busy with mysterious business calls. Ethan didn't understand it then, but he always knew his father loved him. His mother had died when he was 10, so Richard raised him alone until Victoria came into his life. Victoria was charming at first, warm smiles, kind gestures, but as soon as Richard passed away, her true colors came out. It was late one evening when Ethan came home from school to find Victoria waiting in the living room, her expression cold as ice. "Ethan, you've caused nothing but trouble," she said, her voice sharp. "Your father left nothing for us because of you. You're worthless here. Pack your things, you're leaving." Ethan froze. His mind raced. Where am I supposed to go, he thought. But Victoria wouldn't listen. She threw his bag at him and slammed the door shut. That night, 16-year-old Ethan walked out into the world alone, holding nothing but a backpack and the clothes on his back. The streets of New York were cold, cruel, and unforgiving. Ethan slept on benches, in abandoned subway stations, and under bridges. Hunger became a constant companion, and loneliness a shadow that followed him everywhere. Days blurred into nights. Ethan learned to survive, doing odd jobs, delivering newspapers, washing dishes, carrying groceries. Every coin earned was a victory. Every safe night, a blessing. But even in the darkest moments, Ethan refused to give up. He would whisper to himself, "I'm not worthless. One day I'll prove them wrong. One day I'll show them that I'm more than their cruelty." Years passed. Ethan faced robbery, betrayal, and countless nights of despair. He learned who to trust, and more importantly, who not to trust. Despite the hardships, he never lost hope. As he grew older, Ethan became resourceful. He learned how to navigate the city, find safe shelters, and even study at night using library books and free online courses. He started freelancing, doing small design work for cafes, street vendors, and local businesses. Life was hard, but he slowly built a life from nothing. Ethan never forgot the pain of being abandoned. Every rejection, every insult fueled his determination. He dreamed of one day having enough power and wealth to make a difference, not just for himself, but for others like him. 20 years later, now 36 years old, Ethan was living modestly in a small apartment. The city had toughened him, but he never expected what was about to happen. One rainy afternoon, his phone rang. The number was from New York, but he didn't recognize it. "Hello, is this Ethan Carter?" a calm, professional voice asked. "Yes, who is this?" Ethan replied cautiously. "I'm calling regarding your father's estate. We've been searching for the rightful heir to a property valued at $89 million. Ethan laughed, thinking it was a scam. $89 million? Come on. I barely make enough to pay rent. But then the lawyer said something only Ethan would know, the middle name of his father, Richard James Carter. Ethan froze. His heart pounded. This wasn't a joke. This was real. You know my father's middle name? Ethan stammered. Yes, the lawyer replied, and we've verified your identity. You are the only living heir. Ethan couldn't believe it. The streets, the struggle, the loneliness, all of it seemed like a dream now. $89 million. His father had left behind a fortune that no one else knew about. The lawyer explained that Richard Carter had been a wealthy real estate tycoon, quietly investing in properties throughout New York. After his death, debts and legal complications had hidden the wealth from everyone, even Victoria. Ethan immediately booked a flight to New York. Each step in the city felt surreal. He was walking through the world he had survived on as a teenager. Now, as a man about to inherit unimaginable wealth, Ethan knew he had to face Victoria, not for revenge, but for closure. He walked into her lavish mansion, a stark contrast to the streets he had once called home. "You told me I ruined everything," Ethan said calmly, standing tall. "You threw me out, left me alone, but I survived." Victoria's face paled. "Ethan, I didn't know." Ethan shook his head. "I'm not here for revenge. I'm here to show you that life doesn't always go as people expect. I survived because I refused to let your words define me." With the inheritance, Ethan didn't just buy a luxurious lifestyle. He remembered the pain of being homeless, hungry, and rejected. He started shelters for homeless teens, funded education programs, and helped others who had been cast aside by society. Every dollar was used to create hope, opportunities, and a better future for those who felt like Ethan once did. "I could have let my past define me," Ethan says in voiceover, "but I chose to let it guide me. Every hardship, every cold night, it prepared me for something greater." Ethan's journey is a testament to resilience, courage, and hope. He reminds us that life's lowest points often set the stage for our greatest victories. No matter how hopeless things seem, he says, never forget that your future is still unwritten. One bold step, one phone call, one opportunity can change everything. From a homeless teenager thrown out at 16 to a man transforming lives with a fortune he never knew existed, Ethan's story is proof that our past does not define our future. Imagine losing everything, only to discover decades later that your life was meant for something greater. If Ethan's story inspired you, like, share, and subscribe for more incredible real-life stories of hope, resilience, and redemption. Remember, no matter your past, you have the power to change your future.